is an entertainment cable television presentation.
Good evening. Here now, the interview with Smiling Abe Abrams. I'm Dick True, and tonight we'll be speaking with one of the most gifted folk singers of the last 60 years, a man who's played at the Roosevelt Island Festival, the Davis Park Fire Department Festival, the Scarsdale Y. It's been booed off the stage at Kenny's Castaway, and I think it's been cast off the stage at the Central Park Zoo. He holds the honor of being a man who's lived through the 50s, 60s, 70s, and being personally chastised by Dizzy Gillespie. Let's get to it, shall we? Thank you, Dick. It's good to be here. Reminds me of the good old days when Pete and Bob and Dave and I, some of the greats, mobbed by hordes of reporters. It was great to be hoarded back then, and sure is a pleasure to be with you now. Smiling, if I may call you that. I'm glad you could be with us. How do you feel when people say, Smiling, you're from New York City. What do you know about country music? I say, well, Westchester doesn't get any more west than that. It's like I could say I was born in Tuckus, Texas, and on the Bar Mitzvah Ranch. God doesn't care where you come from to be able to play the great tunes of Western country, Western music, and I suppose neither do I. Smiling, very interesting. Who were the main formative instructors when you were growing up? Can you tell us that, please? Yeah. I had many influences. Coming up in the business, I had my mentor was a big bad blind Buck Blake, who I met at the Y summer camp in Port Jervis, and he taught me many of the basics for country and western music. We had a Wild Child, Willie Woolley. We had Bad Daddy Chester Drawers. We had Sister Misty, Poster Child. She was a gospel singer. We had Hound Dog Pup, who was sort of an Elvis style country and western singer. We had the Oil King, who used to go after a lot of the bigger interests, bigger business, and that sort of thing. We had Jack Russell and Terry Claw, two great blues musicians. We had Ahmed, who was a world artist, a world singer. Used to play a lot in Kabul Pass and Pakistan and Afghanistan, and we've lost him. We're looking for him now with drones, but we'll see how that goes. We have Chicken Leg Jimmy, who is really quite an unusual character. We had Princess Julep, who was sort of a torch song singer, if you would. We had Gummy Bob, another gentleman who would focus on the younger generation and children. Sort of Key Man Ken and Little Texas Two-Step, who would dance on top of his piano while he was playing, except when they'd play in small places, he'd have to bring a Casio, and that'd make it tough. We had the great Indebted, the wonderful soul singer, Rumor Nation and his Laws, who would sing a lot of topical music. We had Bobby Apple Dumpling. We had Little Mama Casserole, who left us a little too early. Shaky Sean Shakespeare, who I think overdosed on performance-enhancing drugs. We had Tick Blue. He hung in there for a long time, but dropped out after a while. We had the Inner Mind. It was a little band that I almost joined. We had Mark, My Words, and he was sort of a satirical musician as well. Dick Tuck and His Agenda were pretty radical in terms of their country and western. We had Keith, who actually had a hit, 98.6, if you recall, back in the 60s. We had Sally Butterman and Billy Salterman and Salty Bitterman, and they were the Bitter Trio. They were good. They would sing a lot of Passover songs and that sort of thing. We had Baby Bok Choy, who was a Vietnamese refugee, came over on one of the boats, and he sang the country and western tunes that they had in Indochina. We had Babyface Bishop, who would sing a lot of religious tunes. We had Johnny Apoplexy, who used to sing a lot of satirical songs about the medical industry. And we had Pastor Biscup, and he too was actually in the clergy, and remained in the clergy, and is still in the clergy to this day. And we had the Cheese Brothers, who sidelined as movers of household goods and equipment and machinery, so you could get your gear moved if you're gigging with them as well. And those were basically the people I grew up with and learned my trade with. Thank you, Smiling. That's very informative. Smiling Abe, can you do us a favor? Can you play one of your big hits? Wanna be a doctor? Better go to school. Wanna be a preacher? Gotta learn the golden rule. Wanna be a painter? Pick up a brush. Wanna be a rascal? Gotta learn to eat mush. But if you wanna be a country singer like me, you had better come Westchester County. If you want to be a country singer like me, you had better come Westchester County. If you want to be a preacher, gotta pick up the book. Want to be a captain, gotta get a hook. Want to be a hepcat, gotta learn to catch mice. Want to be a gambler, gotta learn how to roll the dice. But if you want to be a country singer like me, you had better come Westchester County. If you want to be a country singer like me, you had better come from Westchester County. I traveled many roads, traveled many goals, found all I could be. Traveled many roads, hit many goals, the only thing that I could be was a country singer, Westchester County. So if you want to be a country singer like me, you had better come from Westchester County. I said, if you want to be a country singer like me, you had better come. You had better come. You had better come from Westchester County. Thank you very much. Thank you.
This was an entertainment cable television presentation.